Boom. 2, 3 seconds in. Hey everybody, welcome to Pot Squatch Wars. This is called our third or fourth live stream. If you technically count the devil runs, this might even be the fifth. I don't fucking know. It is late at night, so first of all, Pot Squatch's gonna say I'm very sorry, everybody. It's about 12:38 p.m. on the west coast of Canada, British Columbia. So a lot of our fans are in places where this time change may not work to their advantage, and also they some of the pot squatches out there, the fellow pot squatch is a little older, and so they're not awake. But that's okay, my friends. First, yeah, I damn UK motherfucker. First motherfucker ends I damn from the UK. Hey, we got 3 people coming now. I just got home from work. It was hilarious, man. It took me a little bit longer to close than I wanted to. And I was like, man, I need to get my ass home. And I'll share something with you guys. Like, my whole life, I've driven in some movies even, and I never had my license. You know what I'm saying? And I just recently got my L. I was very proud of that. And it was funny because, like, I've been quite nervous about it, because I'm quite aged and I've never really possessed it. And I was like, man, I gotta get home, man. I just drove home on the highway at like 140, man. It was fucking sick. The Cadillac handles like a boss. So, I'm gonna grab a joint and we're gonna get fucking down to business. And we're gonna head into the laboratory. That's right. Boom, here we go. We're walking along the floor, going in. Mrs. Potsquatch is somewhere. Where is she? We'll shoot the ground. Where is you, honey?
I'm in the library.
Oh my goodness, those are her feet. There's the cat eating dinner. Fat ass. There we go. And into the laboratory. My friends, we've got at least 30 minutes before the bitch's titties need to go to sleep. So, let's get down to fucking business. Fuck it, stank good in here. Shit, baby. Oh no, we have had a heavy duty snappage. Oh shit. Okay, so this is how we're gonna fix this shit. First, you drink your PBR. I'm gonna put it down for a second, but I'm assuming all of you can still hear me. So, plants have been telling me that they're about to do stuff like this, and I was aware of it. But I thought I had maybe 48 hours more than I did. So right now, I'm in the background, tying up and fixing this shit. You saw it bent, you saw how she had snapped and her head fell down. Well, Daddy's coming to show her it's okay. I'm gonna fucking take care of our little girl here. We're gonna pull her back up, get her back up and sexy. And this is why, when we get the new crossbeam going on, motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna fucking still keep, the chain, because it gives you a really handy place to tie shit down. This line could probably be a little tighter than I'm doing it now. But she's up. Boom! What's up, everybody? 7 people watching now. There we go. So, as you can see now, we've tied this up. Let's see if we can find the natural bend where she was. Oh my God. This was definitely not tight enough. Okay, 1 second, motherfuckers. So we gotta make this tighter. I'm making this tighter. Give me a second. Everybody, type some comments so when I'm done tying this shit, we got something to talk about. Questions, I don't give a shit. Whatever you want, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so 1 second, guys and girls and Z's and Days, pot squatches, doing some shit. Well, that works too, doing it like that. But that's not secure. Pot Squatch gonna fix this shit. I'm just tying it up, and I'll show you what I've done when I'm done. So basically, what I have to do is tie it like this, tie that off on that, and then I can double it up and run it around. There we go. Now that looks much better, I think. She's crossing into her sister, but that's okay. So we're gonna do this. I'm almost done, motherfuckers. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. One more knot, and I can show you. My fingers are not as dainty as they once were when I was a child. But anyway, there we go. So, okay, we back. So, we've got a lot of shit falling down. The Sasquatch strain, she kind of gets some gangly shit going on, you know what I'm saying? So what we did is we came in, and this whole top on this plant here, there, I don't know if you can see that. She had fallen down, flopped down. We've tied it up. We got a lot of floppy titties. Floppy titties are still good. But now I'm just also going to take a quick moment. We're going to take a peruse on the other, so the other Sasquatch strain is doing good. The one thing about the Sasquatch strain I will share is that genetically speaking, in terms of the Sasquatch strain, even though her pistils go dark much earlier than normal marijuana does, she is a much longer running strain in terms of her fruits. So in order to get that shit going, you know what I'm saying, you got to really pay attention and keep your shit up. Like, see, for example, that top is going to snap very soon. We got a lot of work to do in the morning. But, I mean, we could have done it now. But, okay, wait. Let's read comments here. I haven't read anyone's comments yet. How do I make this shit happen? First, greetings from France. Hello, my French friend. How's the new house? It's good. What's the latest in Canadian cannabis law? Still getting fucked? Blackpool in the house. What's up, Blackpool? Simply put, to be frank with you, the Canadian government's a bunch of retards, and they're really fucking shit up. But they're fucking shit up, though, in terms of the retail recreational cannabis law. I had a meeting with one of my fellow partners there at Pot Squatch Growers, and we've come to realize, though, that if we go fully medical, because a lot of the medical dispensaries right now, they're trying to encroach on us and throw on us these laws of recreation to medicine. It's not going to pull off, man. Like, I mean, that's the thing in Canada. I mean, the government may say one thing, but we got our superior court, man. You want to take us on in that shit? Bring it the fuck on. I'm going to beat your ass down. You know what I'm saying? So simply put, there is hope. So I'm thinking for our way forward of hopefully launching a company formally, legally in this country, we might be able to just, you know, I'm a medical licensed grower. That's what I do for personal use. But we might be able to pull things off and just go straight medical. You know what I'm saying? And just keep her going and growing. Yeah, see, like, for example, you see that one? She's starting to sag a bit hardcore. So I should probably put a line on that, too. But I don't think she's going to collapse in the next minute or two, so I'm going to have a toke of a joint. I'm sorry that all my streams have been so late at night. I mean, for my European friends, I mean, it's early in the morning for you guys. So you're like, yo, this is awesome. This asshole on when I'm, like, having breakfast. But simply put, we will do some daytime, streaming as well. We will definitely do some daytime streaming as well. I've just been working like a dog at the pub. There's only one other bartender, and she's kind of a server too, and she's been on vacation. So Pot Squatch been pulling a lot of hours there, as all of my coworkers have. So it's like, man, I'm never not at the pub. I'll tell you, tonight though was fun driving in the Cadillac home, man, just whipping down the highway, like Born to Be Wild. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's get it. What should we talk about? Does anyone have an idea of what they would like to talk about in our live stream tonight? Or anything they might like to see in the live stream tonight? Bubblegum titties are starting to sag. Look at that, eh? See that? Like, that's called the plant is sagging. You see the weight? You see the weight on that? Yo, these bitches ain't even at 7 weeks. They run 9. They get some seriously heavy titties. Luckily, I mean, I'm like the tomato cages. I mean, most people are like, oh, you should scrog. You should be a scrogger. And I don't know. I mean, scrogging, sure. I prefer the intimacy of really getting in there, though, and tying everything up. I don't know if it's registering, but do you guys see how caked the Sasquatch strain gets later in life? You cannot see green almost on the buds. It just looks like it's covered in frost or snow. Funnily enough, that's very Canadian, because, like, we spend most of our country a lot of the year covered in fucking frost and snow. Oh, shit, right? But as you can see also, too, there's, like, a lot of yellowing leaves that I need to go through and take out. Will you do more grow advice vids? What did I do? Oh no, did I click something wrong? Well, of course I will. Dude, I do all of it. I just been really busy. And then I come home late at work and I really missed all you guys and girls and Z's and days. So I'm like, fuck it. I like asked Miss Potsquatch. I'm like, yo, can I stream for a bit? So this is a video right now though where I can give you grow advice. If you want to know something, I'll fucking answer your question. But we will also be doing a lot of particular vids about certain things. It's just, I'm really busy. I only got so much time, right? So you did nothing wrong, dude. Oh, I know, but I feel bad, Dan UK. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanna be there for all you guys, cause like, we've been eligible at this YouTube channel to monetize for quite a while now. We don't. This is a passion piece. We have a Patreon. If anyone out there ever wanted to like make a donation to try to help keep the lights on, but I wanted you guys to know that as much as I could be making money right now off doing this shit, I'm not, because that's not why I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it for all y'all. I'm doing it for me because I like having fun with it. I really do genuinely enjoy it. But like, I'm just doing this for my fellow pot squatches out there, you know? How do I make the messages come back? This is hard. There we go. Will you do more? You did nothing wrong. Oh, same video. Okay. So, but simply put, yeah, grow advice video. Consider this one a live stream of just having some beers and smoking some weed, but like I can give you grow advice. I will also say the email that you can email anyone out there, any of you are welcome to send me an email. It is at potsquatch420@gmail.com. If you send me an email, the potsquatch420@gmail.com, with your questions, your queries, your needs, your wants, your need to knows, I will happily do that for all of you, my friends, and let you know what's going on. Here we go. I'm gonna have to plug the phone in a sec because it's dying, but I had to turn the screen brightness up because I couldn't even see what I was shooting. See how frosted the Sasquatch gets, though, man? It's crazy. It's like it snowed, man. It's like frostier than shit. 22% CBD, 16% THC. You know what I'm saying? Fucking King's Kush there. She's just doing a King's Kush self and getting her sexy on, you know? But like, okay, so Dan, you asked, will you do more Grow Vice videos? Well, of course, I always do that. I do a lot of different types of videos. I do live streams too. I've just been super busy, so the live stream's been a fun way for me to stay interactive and still there. And I mean, a lot of people kept saying like, yo, like, can you release more than like one video a week or so? And like, I don't know. It seems that YouTube is going that way. And it's like, hey man, like, if you guys want to talk to me more and like want more stuff for my brain, like I'm so honored to, one, just have you in general want that. But two, like I'm happy to do it. So get you some nice pan shots of those. I mean, sagging, setting in. Nutrition being sucked out of the leaves, that's a good thing. That is basically the plant naturally hitting its reserves, knowing that it's getting nearer to the end of its life. Knowing that it's getting nearer to the time where it's going to have to fucking, finish itself off, make it sexy. You know what I mean? So that's not a bad sign. Everyone's all like, oh no, your plant is yellowing. That's so unhealthy. Oh my God. Ah, fuck off. It's not. It's called a natural process, bitch. That's called Mother Nature, baby. That's called motherfucking nature. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, one, I'm glad that we came in to do the stream because we found that one collapsed top end on that plant there. And we tied her up. Ooh, I'll show you where she bent. So, for example, most newer growers, especially, would be like, oh my God, I fucked up. Okay, so look here. Let's zoom or focus this shit if I can. Come on, plant or phone. Focus. It bent. So this whole top here, this one here, fell down. It was like that. All we've done is tied it up. As you can see, there is like a weird crink in it. But marijuana is one of the toughest motherfucking plants in the face of the planet. We caught it at the right time. We tied it up. I mean, most of the other ones that are leaning, even if they lean a little bit, they'll have other bars of the other cages to sit on. Yes, is that kind of like scrogging? Yeah, a little bit. Will we eventually maybe do a scrog for you? Have we ever done it before? We have. I normally like the intimacy of just kind of like walking the razor's edge and just be like, let's see what we can do. But we probably won't do a scrog on the next run. I will maybe contemplate doing a scrog for all of you to see on the run after the next run. We've got a lot of setup stuff to do in the laboratory to get it set up, get it sexy, get it going, get it yo, you know what I'm saying? Before we start fucking around with techniques like scrogging that we're not a big fan of, but like we'll show you. Scrogging is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on scrogging. Like I said, I just prefer the intimacy of singularly tying up the plants. You know what I'm saying? Who's got a question? Anyone got a question? I know there's only 5, so if none of you have a question, that's okay too. Don't feel bad about that. You know what I'm saying? It's just nice to talk to all of you. I miss you guys and girls and C's and birds. You know what I'm saying? Teddy bears. Laboratory. Busy night at the pub today. It was the blues jam day, I'll tell you. Crazy blues. If you like the blues, you got to come to our pub, man. It's a good time. Come down to the Church Blues. And on Sunday, it's a fucking day of music, I'll tell you. I feel like this King's Kush doesn't get featured much. She's doing really, really fucking well, too. She's getting, like, these dark or orange hairs to her. Super sexy, though. The phenotype we have kept is this one. She's not quite chunking up the same way as her sisters are, but that's what I'm thinking is one. Because if you go back in the older videos, that King's Kush is the one. Oh, Pops, motherfuckers in the house. Everyone, Hubert Barton, who just said dude in the comments, that he is one of my best friends in the whole world. He's like this big, sexy, fucking First Nations brother. He's from the Haida Gwaii up in the Nisga'a Valley or something like that. I don't fucking know. But he is my motherfucking true. He's my motherfucking home slice. And, man, me and him gone to football games. We've been drinking. And, like, I remember the first time we drank together, man. For years, he didn't drink. And then Pops was like, man, fuck it. Like, I'll have a beer with you. I was like, man, yes. And the first time he'd smoked pot other than at a family gathering, and the first time in a long time was with the Pot Squatch. So, Pops, Pot Squatch says, what's up, motherfucker? Close enough, right? Well, you know, exactly. I mean, you remember your story. I remember mine, motherfucker. We were just talking about how titties sag and shit earlier, Pops. So, like, for example, I'm going to have to tie this one up. We're going to tie that up like that. We're going to tie this on up. We're going to tie them all up, pointing them directly at the light so they have, like, a BDSM porno. We strapping these bitches' titties like a BDSM porno, pointing them at the light, getting them ready. Also, too, I don't know if any of you can see in the back there, but, like, are you seeing how big some of these fucking bubblegum titties are getting? And, like, dude, they're not even 7 weeks. And they look like a fucking donkey dick. And that's the thing. We have a strain, if you watch some of our older videos, called Platinum. It's my Platinum Cookies God Bus Cross that I did. Platinum Cookies God Bus Cross is very nice. But the God Bud with the Platinum Cookies. Oh, don't be sorry, Dan. It's cool, man. Baby, welcome back, Dan. Don't worry about it. Man, and the great thing about this shit is when I do my live streams, everyone, I will always, like, publish it, I guess. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I'm an old fuck learning how to do this shit. But I will always publish back. So we're going to be tying up these titties, too, though. We're going to tie those titties up. I mean, by the end of this, it's going to look like either, like, 16 marionette puppets, or if you're a kinky fuck like me, a BDSM porno up in this shit, keeping those titties up and erect and ready to go and be like, let's get bigger, let's get denser. But I mean, the one thing that's really nice for me is that I'm sitting here and we haven't gone into flush yet. Running 9, so at 7 we will. But hey, what's up, Ted? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you again, buddy. Welcome back, Ted. I'm gonna admit something. I'm gonna try a flushing agent. And I know a lot of us out there, like, even part of me for years, like, fuck flushing agents. That shit's bad. You're using another thing to do a thing. And it's true. Like, I mean, it is a chemically synthesized agent. However, I am the pot squatch. I am an odd, fairly occasionally high-functioning oddball. And so I've been doing a lot of research and kind of coming to terms with what certain concepts behind the flushing agents are. I've looked into the ingredients that have gone into them. I've thought about what the fuck it means. And the fact of the matter is, to put it simply, I mean, flushing agents, where synthetic? Yes. Do you need it? No. We've been a water flushing grower, or I'm a water flushing grower. I've never used a flushing agent. I've been growing over 20 years. But I am curious to see if they actually work. If it all comes out not great, I'll just make some rosin or hash out of it. But in terms of how the science behind it works, a flushing agent, like let's say the letter L, this is your water molecule that you're using. The system, the capillary system throughout your plant that circulates fluids and nutrients, right? Later in life, they start to naturally use up, see, yellowing. They're using up their stores, their reserves of nutrients. This is normal. This is not your plant being sick. This is your plant being a fucking plant. This is your plant being like, Mama, Daddy, Z, what's a Z parent called? I don't know. And to the Z or theys who may be watching, I'm sorry, I do not know the appropriate thing to call you. I'm going to call you parents. How does that work? Does that sound? Try the flushing agent on just a few? Nah, fuck it, man. I'm a big ass asshole, right? I'm just going to go big or go home. Because, like, I got buddies that I've known as friends for years that swear by that shit. And the fact is I'm feeling confident enough in my research and understanding of the flushing agent. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go straight flushing agent. I'm going to use it, maybe tap it once or twice, and then go with my traditional flush as well. But see, part of the problem we're running into is that our reservoir tank on our reverse osmosis system that we purchased, it already cost us $3,200. It's a lot of money to buy a fucking water filtration system. And like, stupid fucking thing feeds into a stupidly tiny tank and comes out of a tiny little tap. It's one of you out there who may or may not still be a subscriber described it as the beginner reverse osmosis system. And that is totally what it is. I'll show it to you right now. But it's like the fucking tank barely holds 10 liters, if that. Like, I mean, I wish I had a fucking 200-liter tank that this stupid thing was always sucking into. Oh, it's off his thing. Sometimes your tank on this little beginner system will fall off its little, and it just sits on a little stand. It goes through a 3-part filtration, then a final carbon filter, or final finishing filter of the first 3 ones, and then the final step is a alkalizing filter to put all your minerals back. Because when you run your water through a reverse osmosis filtration system, it is cleaning your water to being just fucking water. Like, there's next to nothing left in it but H2O. But also speaking, though, about that, it's stripping all of these positive minerals and things that normally come in water. Like when your plants are outside and they're just like, I'm a plant growing in Mother Nature, growing some tits. Well, guess what? Those titties are used to having minerals in their water. A reverse osmosis system is stripping all of that shit out of your water. So that is why having a realkalizing fucking filter or finishing filter, so it's like you're filtering shit out through the first 4 filters. Then on the 5th filter, you're putting shit back in. The amount of water that we run through this, according to the basic numbers that come with the filters, it might be good for like a year, maybe a year and a half. I'm going to be frank. We're going to set new records. When I call my boys and be like, I need some new filters, they're going to be like, fuck off. And I'm going to be like, nah, man, we just run a lot of water through it. They don't know why we have one. We just told them it's for our drinking water. I mean, it is our drinking water too. Like the plants and us, we drink the same fucking water, man. But this is what you got to do. Yo, Pops, you still there, Pops? Still there on my live stream? It's okay if you're not, Pops. If you're gone, it's cool too. It was super sweet that you checked in for a bit and said, hey, what's up? Eight viewers now. Welcome, new person. Yeah, Hubert's still here. Hubert is one of the best friends I've ever had, everybody, I'll tell you. Mr. Pops. Hey, what's up, Trisha Salas? How you doing, Trisha? We're going out for a quick cigarette break, and then we'll get right back into the lab and show you everything. Trisha, watch the beginning of the video to see if anything that you may miss. We are on a limited time window, everyone here, but are you asking if I am drunk, or are you saying that you are drunk? Because Trisha, I am also drinking, if you are drinking. Come on, Trisha. If you don't answer soon, me drunk. Good girl. Me too. What you been drinking, Trisha? We drinking fucking PBR right now, Pot Squatch Growers. Hey, Pot, what do you reckon about foliar spray like seaweed and kelp? Foliar feeding is a very beneficial technique to use on even any real plant, to be honest with you. Me too, Trisha. However, when it comes to, I'm outside publicly right now smoking cigarettes, so just do the math on this one. When we're talking about the type of fruit and the type of plants we're talking about, foliar feeding during flower is a no-no. The flowers, your fruits, as it were, are very delicate when they're in their, phase on that. So simply put, only use it during vegetative state. Vegetative state, foliar feeding is a very good thing. I will also be honest. Do I do it? No. Will I ever do it? Maybe. Have I done it before? Yes, I have done foliar feeding before. But would I say it is one of my tricks that with what you guys see me consistently producing all the time on this channel, is that one of the tricks that I'm using? No, it's not. I think that it is better to propagate a healthy root system and a healthy environment for that root system to exist in. It's better to do that and have a good environment than relying on the fact that there's secondary technicalities in terms of the science of how the plant works, and it can technically absorb that through the the leaves and stuff. Yeah, right. I was just going to hit them first time in flower. Lucky I asked you. Fuck yeah, Ted. Don't fucking do that shit. Foliar feeding is only for vegetative state. The second you flip, man, don't do it. Because your calyxes are going to be the first things to swell and be there, burning one with you. Well, this one's a cigarette, Steven, but welcome. Unless you're burning a cigarette too. I've got a J in the lab, and I'll be smoking that in a second. I'm going to try to finish this because we're at like 3% on my phone, but I have the charger and my old man extension cord, so we're not going to lose you guys. I just got to smoke fast. God damn it. In Canada, they put chemicals in cigarettes, so they go out right away, and they smoke slower, which is actually quite nice when you're just having like a cool, relaxing cigarette. But when you're like under pressure, and you just drove home at like 120, 140 on the highway in your Cadillac because you wanted to like catch things being on so you can talk to your friends. You're like, damn it, why do I smoke cigarettes? Well, you like them, but right now it's proving a pain in the ass. Bruh, switch to a good vape. Stephen Bade, that is stupid. Okay, peace out, Pops. You rest well, man. I know it's late. I'm sorry, but thank you for tuning in, brother. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me, a lot. One of my, like, best friends. You finally killed the fungus gnats. I mean, to be fair, I have only treated half of the plants with the diatomaceous earth, and there is still the occasional fungus gnat that is in there. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you something funny. I have had, I'm going to leave the light on so I don't kill myself going back in there later after this video. 1 second, everybody. Getting in the house. There we go. There's the cat. So, first things first though, we need to get my charger. Charger acquired. We're at like 2%, motherfuckers. We're running so you motherfuckers don't get lost. I got my phone programmed to conserve energy, and it probably will hold on. But we're going. Excuse me, doctor. Woo, cat between the legs. Back into the laboratory. Okay. Ooh, we're down to 1 light. So, we're gonna have to fucking make the laboratory sharing quick here. Crap. The extension cord is gone. I've moved it. It's okay. The little cable I have on this is perfect for the 1 light that's still on. Okay. We're now plugged in. Let's go back to the questions so we can see that shit. Okay, I'm out later, man. Did you finally kill fungus gnats? No. So Trisha, no, there's still the occasional fungus gnat going on. Not a big deal, because to be honest with you, fungus gnats in a mild existence are not really that big of a deal during flower as much, because the real root systems on the bottoms of your plants, okay, that are creating your flowers are so deep that the fungus gnat larvae cannot get down that deep to chew on their little rootlets. And that's what they do. That's what fungus gnats in themselves as adults mean fuck all. But it's their larval state. So they lay eggs, create larvae, and those little fucking fucks, they're what kill your fucking plants. They chew on the little tiny little fucking fibrous offshoots. So if you have your initial little taproot on a little seedling, right, and it's got all this little fuzzy shit, if you look at it at that state of its life, that's what it looks like. It's like a pipe cleaner almost. They eat the pipe cleaner, the fibers off the the pipe cleaner, and that's what turns into your root systems. But so during flower, that shit doesn't affect you quite as much, but it's not good. And I probably should treat them on Tuesday when we're going to do a big live stream on Tuesday, everybody. A big fucking live stream. We're going to do that. And oh, right, Steven. Back at you, my friend. Switch to a good vape? Fuck no. Cigarettes are safer than vapes. I'm sorry. It's just true. The fact is vaporizing technology and vaporizing a glycerin USP grade nicotine suspension through an atomizer is something that's only existed for 4 or 5 years, maybe. Well, more like 8 or 9 in its initial technology states. But to the new age vape, it's only existed for a short while. Like, not much, only a couple years past half a decade. And that shit creates something called a popcorn lung in your lungs. Okay? That's irreparable damage to the bronchioles and alveoli of your lungs. Your lungs won't heal from that. I'm not saying cigarettes are good for you. I am making a conscious decision to smoke, knowing what it could do to me. But I would rather not vape. Sorry, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. How fast? Sorry, I'm just checking where... Okay, so we've gone up a singular percent. Just sort of weighing the battery consumption of what we're doing. 70 left. I'm sorry. I'm not sure how to take it. When people leave, it's like, man, was I saying the wrong thing? Maybe they had lies. I'm pretty sure people had lies. But it's cool that anyone tune in. It's like, man, I just want everyone to know out there, we are a channel that could monetize we don't monetize. We will not monetize for one of two reasons. I mean, initially I was very excited to maybe at the concept. Yeah, Trisha, what's your thoughts on air pots or fabric pots? I say they're very cool. I enjoy the fact that with the fabric pot, and I had never seen one up until the other day, that they put a zipper in it. So it's like when you're trying to get your root ball out and you zip it out, because like in your root systems, they're filled with cannabinoids. Take them out, clean them of all the dirt, or if you're doing hydro, aero, anything, or deep aquaponics, or deep water culture too, which are subtly different things, my friends. Keep your roots, wash them, dry them, powder them, skin creams. Fuck, man. Technically, you probably could smoke it. I've never tried that, but you could probably smoke it. It'd probably work because it's all in there. That's why we keep them. But like, it's not just your plant titties and your sugar trim that have active cannabinoids. Your root systems, the things inside those buckets there on my plants, because I'm growing in buckets, are filled with wonderful things to be utilized for consumption, both medicinally speaking and recreationally speaking, to be fair. I'm pretty sure I could make something out of those roots and get myself fucking feeling good, you know what I'm saying? So, I guess my thoughts are air pots are cool. I'm going to stick with buckets personally. But if like I got a good deal on getting some really giant, big fabric pots with, zippers in them, well, to be frank, I think I'd be all over that shit. But it would be more for the fact that there's a zipper rather than that there is, the fact that it's an air pot that has a breathable, like, total surface area where the fucking, oxygen. I mean, it's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's good, but I'm sorry. Like, I've been growing in pots for 20 years, and I'm doing just fine with them. Fabric pots are harder to fill, and they leak everywhere more. And can you do anything with fan leaves? I mean, there's always subtle THC deposits in your fan leaves. It depends on, I don't mean this to sound weird, maybe it's me like saying my own like personal thoughts on stuff. I mean, there's so little in them that, like, if anything, keep them fresh, freeze them, put them in a fucking smoothie. They're super healthy, man. There's omega-3, omega-6, zinc, chlorophyll, iron. Like, I mean, they're healthier than fuck to eat. So, I mean, yeah, the main thing I would say is if you're not rolling maybe a can of cigar with your fan leaves, eat them. Eat them, or like keep them and dry them and like burn them and shit, and take the ash and mix it in with your next run soil mixture and shit. So those would be the 3 number 1 uses I would say. I agree about the pots. I can't tell a measurable difference, right? I mean, it's and they're harder to fill up. But I like the one that I saw that had the zipper. The air pot, the fabric pot that had the zipper on it. I like that shit, I'll tell you. Makes it easy to get the fucking dirt out, clean it out so you can, like, clean your root systems, dry them out, get the medicine from it. Yeah. Who wants a toke? You want a toke, guys? Have a toke. Take a big fat one. Yeah, just do it. Just suck it. Just go for it, guys. Let's have a good old toke. Have a toke. Okay, my turn. Don't be a Jeffrey, everyone. Don't be a Jeffrey. Okay, your turn. There you go. There you go. Oh, very nice. But yeah, so... shit. I'm tired. I won't lie to you guys. I worked a fucking 12-hour shift today, and I've been working 12-hour shifts every day for a very long time. Well, I'll get the odd day off, but, And then when we're not working, we're either working on our TV show and then working on the garden and shit. But, so, Pot Squatch doesn't sleep much. So if I seem a little bit stupider than usual sometimes these days, it's just because I'm trying to, keep her going. Keep her going good, you know what I'm saying?
Check it out, though. The last light's still on. I mean, everything's sagging. Those of you just tuning in, watch the beginning of the video. We've got a lot of work. I knew it was coming. Oh, no. It's happened, everyone. The lights are gone out. It's okay. We're not done. Just give me a second. There we go. We are now navigating out of the laboratory. Good night, ladies. Daddy loves you. You all sexy bitches and beautiful in all your own special ways. I'll see you tomorrow morning, aka 1:10, when the first one of the 3 lights turns on. Ooh, the lighter's hot. Burnt my hand. Woo! Feels good. Not really. Okay, so we are back. I agree about the bots. Oh, I keep thinking like someone's saying something new, but I keep clicking the thing that shows me the things. I love how when I want to look at the messages, I can't figure it out. And then like I accidentally click it again, make it work. So maybe every time I think about wanting to read the messages, I don't think about reading the message. I don't know. Anyway, Lil Stone. That's okay. So plants are asleep. I don't think anybody would mind you monetizing channel. If you had some sort of product, I will support you definitely. Well, yeah, no, but I'll tell you, there's also like a personal reason why I don't monetize because, simply put, there's been a lot of grow channels recently, big ones, much bigger than mine, that have been taken down. And where I am not a lawyer, I basically am one. It's called reading. And the only thing I've been able to figure out in terms of all these grow channels being taken down is that because they have monetized. And the fact is we at Pot Squatch Growers, like I'm not gonna lie to you, it freaks me out. We're growing at a huge rate. And to me, a huge rate means like there are days where we get anywhere from 2 to 36 subscribers. There's been days where we go up anywhere from like a slow day is 500 views now to like a good day is like 3,000 or 4,000 views. I've had nights where I went to bed and I woke up and there was like 12,000 views. Only one night really is what I'm remembering. But so we're growing and we want to keep growing. We want to keep reaching out to all of you. We want to, help us all come together as a community of the weed people and like fight for what is right and care and fight as a global human force. Not just for weed, for everything. I mean, for me, it's just kind of getting a bunch of awesome, like-minded people together. But so I won't lie to you. Part of me has been tempted to call YouTube and be like, hey, what's up, Eugenia Hobbs? Welcome. They were just talking about, in this episode, about how I was talking about I'm not going to monetize the channel. And everyone's like, some of the peeps were like, I don't think we would mind if you monetize, to be honest with you. Like, that's okay. And but like talking about how YouTube's been taking out very large grow channels. And I think the only way that legally speaking they're being able to do it without being sued, because like a lot of them are like large companies like High Times and other people, and like I used to write articles for those fuckers, and like back in the day they had money then, they got the money now to sue, right? So the only way I think they're able to kind of justify it legally speaking and getting away with it is that these channels the only common variable is that they've all been monetized. So even though we receive 2 to 3 emails a week from YouTube about monetizing the channel, not going to do it. I know YouTube predominantly is just me talking on this channel, but like you demand. Oh, thank you very much. Well, I say fuck them, It's like this has been a passion piece for me since day one, at least, because I never expected that anyone would give a shit. I never expected that anyone wanted to know my perception and my slice on the cannabis and purveying of the true growth to plants, and taking care of them as a proper parent, and at least in my humble 2 cents. And the fact is, it's astonishing to me that the channel has grown to what it is now. And it means the world to me. I mean, you guys are like my best friends. Already taught me a bit, mate. Ted, you told me the other night, but how long have you been watching now, Ted? Not this video, but like the channel in general. Exactly, Eugenia. As is reality. Maybe a month. That's super cool, Ted. Because Ted, I've been doing this now on the YouTube. I think we just recently had August 10th this year would have been our 1 year anniversary of being a YouTube channel. So, and it's funny, the first 6 to 9 months, I mean, we didn't really, we got like every time I got a single subscriber, I was like, oh my God. Oh, Trisha, I'm not worried about liking. I like to think when people don't click the like button, they're just fucking be like, yeah, dude, I'm loving watching this shit. Everyone's stoned as shit probably right now, or at least drunk, or both, or sober possibly. No, guys, you don't have to do it. You don't have to click it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. You guys are here watching. That means a lot to me. What about starting some kind of grow podcast? I've been told by a lot of people, because I'm not just a grower. I'm also, just a general activist. I'm an actor, writer, comedian who's the black sheep son of 2 Anglican priests. That's right, Anglicans or Episcopalian in the US or the Church of England over in the UK or Europe. They're typically called, we ordain women. Don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. But my mom and my dad are both priests. And, I grew up I went to art school. Could have gone, I was a scientist as well in school. Science and art was always what I loved. Like your grow setup, best to keep new lights in one plane. Right? Exactly, Eugenia. I was talking about that in other videos, how it was just sort of like a function of necessity. And I'm like, man, these plants get way too big. And I just need to get them into flower. And so I started them in flower before the new light showed up, or had shown up, to be grammatically correct. But once these new lights came, I mean, they were the 600, 620 quantum board units. They're called the 600s, but they're actually a 620 true watt from the Horticulture Lighting Group. And I've been talking to the owners of the company. They did a real solid for us. They were there every step of the way. Well, I kind of through the, the interweb of all the different groups I'm on, do what is expedient, like HGO. Well, yeah, and dude, wait, what? Do you mean HLG, Horticulture Lighting Group? Is that what you were trying to say, Eugenia? Well, I mean, for me, it's just about having the best possible technology that one, we can afford, and two, slowly kind of moving ahead. Horticulture Lighting Group, I won't lie to you guys, has created something that, and I am a fucking asshole. I'm an opinionated prick who's not retarded. Well, actually, maybe I am a little bit. I am gifted, learning, disabled. Off the charts IQ, very oddly wired, I'll be frank. But for me, I mean, certain things my brain gets, certain things my brain does well. And simply put, these lights, seeing what they do in comparison to the other lights we've been using the whole time we've been a grow channel, have been pretty fucking awesome. I mean, I'm underutilizing them now in terms of their coverage because of the curve and that. The curve works in different orientations, but I mean, when I got the chassis, they're the original 600 chassis. So they're extremely heavy. We're talking, they're heavy motherfuckers. I mean, and just picking up the chassis alone, I was like, wow, the weight to this is vastly more than I expected. So that's why Pot Squatch, I was at the pub and I was talking to, one of my new best friends, Big Old Marco. Shout out to Big Old Marco. But Big Old Marco, I asked him, because he's got a big truck and he's a construction guy, and I was like, hey man, could you help me go buy some lumber? And he's like, hey man, what do you want? And I was like, well, I was trying to build these things. And I was like, he was like, well, just, make a sketch of it and send it to me. So I sent it to him. And he's like, hey man, like I could probably, if you don't mind it not being new lumber, like I'll it'll be clean lumber, not infested, but it's just older and maybe useful. But I'll build you these towers. So he built me these giant towers. I ended up having to like drill through and put some brackets in and run the chain, and then like run one through the studs and the one walled anchor at the top end. And I've weighted down the bottoms and run things through the side. Like that's what I've had to do just to be able to hang 3 of the original Mark I chassis. But so what I'm going to do is do a straight beam, I think, across it. Getting a wood beam that size is a little trickier, and driving home with truck's a little bit hard. So I might even go getting some like heavy duty pipe with some fixings. Then you just gotta fucking throw 3 or 4 sections of pipe in the back of your truck. Then you can just put them together with fixtures, reinforce that shit, run some rebar down it if you need to, just to double it up, and boom, she's ready to hold. You know what I mean? But you are 100% right in that they need to be flush. They need to be flush with the horizon of the plants, and they need to be able to just do, because we'll fill the room, we'll maximize the room, we'll maximize what it's been doing and what it's going to do by doing that. So the fact, though, that underutilizing in terms of install and utilization of light position, what we are seeing here at Potsquatch Growers is absolutely insane. And so far, we are big fans, actually, of the horticultural lighting group's lights. So, motherfuckers, I'm going to tell you, they're actually fucking awesome. There's actually no bullshit to that shit. The horticultural lighting group is producing some good shit. It is expensive, but I'm going to tell you, there's some better in terms of what the price is, as in, like, you think you pay more for something and you're going to get something better. That's not true. If you're going to fucking drop a few bucks on some tech, go Horticulture Lighting Group Quantum Boards. And they're not paying me for shit. I just talk to them occasionally about growing dope. Like, I mean, we've become friends like that. But I'm being honest with you. They're expensive. They do cost a few bucks. Not going to lie to you about that. What did we end up paying? Because they were like, originally, they were going to send us 2 free lights to compare against the King LEDs. They never did it, but in the end, I was like, I was reading up on it more and what they were, and I was like, we're going to definitely get these lights for the next growth, new house, and I want to try them out. So we kind of contacted the company, and in the end, and Buddy was like, hey man, I know we were going to do that experiment, but we never did that. But how about this? Like, I'm one of the owners, man. Like, if you're wanting to order it through the one, because there's one website the seller does it, and he's like, I mean, if you want to order it directly from me, I mean, we could do that. And I was like, okay. And he's like, well, how about this? He's like, I'll give you 20% off. I was like, sweet, that's cool. Like, can I ask you some questions before I, buy them? And he's like, yeah, dude, do it. Fuck, we even had some personal phone calls at first, before we became buddies and shit like that. You know what I mean? And this is one of the owners of the company. Like, this is this dude, some random asshole named Harry Potsquatch, the mythical Potsquatch growing beast in Canada, on the internet, And dude, like, I mean, it was that they were solid. And I mean, I had questions about things, and like, they even sent me custom drivers to run it because they hadn't released it. And I was like, yo, I really want to fucking have a ballast that just comes with a built-in potentiometer wiring, so I can, dim and turn them up and down if I want to. Does the Canadian government offer a tax rebate for growers on equipment? No. The fact that I'm allowed to exist as a personal producing medical grower, as far as they're concerned, that's luxury. You know what I'm saying? No, nothing like that, dude. Government doesn't give a shit. Government's an asshole here, dude. Dude, look at Bill C-45. I have a video called Bill C-45 and the supposed legalization of cannabis in Canada. I'm going to tell you guys that Canada is really awesome. And the people is really what makes it. Recently, in the last 10 years in Canada, we were under Harper for a really fucking long time. How is it's not legalization. If you guys want me to start off and talk about that for a moment, I will happily. Bill C-45 in Canada, the little beautiful thing that has been brought forth by Trudeau and his Liberals. And the fact of the matter is I fucking voted for Trudeau. I voted for him. One, let's be honest, I sold him pot years ago when he was a teacher in Vancouver at Point Grey. But the fact is, he's a bit of a turnip, but he's not totally stupid. Like, he's a smart guy, you know, and I mean, he's a nice enough guy. And as far as I was, you can't hydroponics? I can do hydroponics. I prefer not to do hydroponics. I'm a soil grower. I've spent over 20 years building aeroponics, hydroponics, doing everything. I've done it all that existed, at least at the time. There's new things coming up now. But even then, like, I've done deep water cultures now too. And I'm sorry. The number one thing, the best way still to me is like we are recreating Mother Nature when we're growing marijuana. And indoors, I mean. And, you know, let's play to certain strengths. And I'm just sorry, like, it's better to do everything else more synthetic, but you still got to have that natural variable, you know, not just the water. It's like, you know, having it in soil is really good. Me too, though. C-45 says no hydro. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Bill C-45 has nothing in that. That is, no. We're not that retarded. Our set of laws are a draconian law-based system that severe punishments for next to no offenses. It's a control system. Simply put, one of the oldest banks, Canada, the Bank of Montreal, has invested a huge amount of money in Aurora, Canada, to allow them to keep buying up the licenses of the medium companies. And these aren't people like me or most of what has been the industry. The government has had an inflated cost in starting anything. Like, I mean, to get a small farm going under these new recreational licenses is $3 to $6 million. Like, I'm not fucking with you. And the fact of the matter is like, that's not what the cost of it is. There's literally no real, like, if you go through the breakdown of what the costs are and this and that, and it's a thing of time, right? But then you got to keep paying your rent. Like, it's pretty bad. It's a cash grab. The government has done a huge cash grab in every way on this. Marijuana that is being sold by these big companies is not being sold as marijuana. You're not allowed to market marijuana strains. You're not allowed to have any form of branding or strain. So things from these big companies are being called like Smoker's Blend Number 9. It comes pre-ground, like some fucking, like, it's not even Reggie, man. The fucking Reggie shit brick back in the day, man. Like, dude, this shit is fucking shake. Even if it's ground from the finest buds. Like, motherfucker, don't send me ground up buds. How about you grow a pot bud perfectly? How about you trim it perfectly? How about you care for it and offer me this beautiful fucking weed titty? That's what marijuana is, motherfuckers. And the Canadian government's trying to control it and come in and change everything that we've ever done. We mean nothing now in their minds. They're like, we don't know anything of which we talk about. But we're going to come in and tell you how it's going to work now. I am sorry. If I one day want to have a business where I'm selling something and I'm selling a bag of weed to a motherfucker, I'm going to tell him this is my King's Kush 333, or this is my Sasquatch strain, which is a blending of these species with these fucking breakdowns, with these exact cannabinoid fucking shit to it. I'm going to tell you where it came from. I'm going to tell you what work went into making it. And I'm going to sell you that weed titty intact, on stock, perfectly manicured, cured. That's how I would do it. That's called marijuana, bitch. And the fucking Canadian government's going to sit here and tell me that it's going to come pre-ground now like some fucking shake-ass shit. I can't say, hey, man, I got some really good King's Kush, a Rockstar Kush, a Purple Kush, you know, I got this fucking Aurora Borealis. Oh, no, I got this Alaskan Thunderfuck. No. I'm going to have to fucking sit there and put it in a bag and grind it up and not sell you that weed titty. The weed titty I spent months making for you, doing it right, making it perfect, making it exactly what I want, exactly what I would give to my family, exactly what I would give to you and all of you. The Canadian government is saying to all of us people like this, the people that have made the truth, the beauty of the fucking cannabis industry for the last 40 fucking 50 years, maybe even. You know, fuck you. That's what it is. It's a big fuck you. We're not allowed to do what we've developed. Not what all the school, like you guys tune into this channel to learn shit and maybe have a laugh or two or just see what the dumbass drunk fuck will say next. I mean, but still, we are like, I mean, they're trying to squash that. They're trying to take it over. They're trying to take everything away. Down in the United States of America, there's large corporations trying to actually patent the genomes of strains of cannabis. How the fuck can any corporation be allowed to patent a genome, bitch? Are you motherfucking nature? Is your corporation 6.5 billion years old? Did your corporation put together the randomosity that led to the beauty that is the fucking diverse world of cannabis? 3 species as far as we're aware with interhybrids and coexistence. I don't know. That's pretty fucked up. So really what this is, and part of what the channel has been to me too, is a true call to everyone. My plant people across the world, I'm telling you, we all got to fight. But please know that the people of Canada are not having legalization right now. That is not what's going on. There's going to be more people in jail. There's going to be more people in jail, and all the people that you want actually in the industry, helping the industry, they've created a set of laws to take every one of them out, to destroy them, take them out and take them away. 30 grams of pot sale, that's cool. You get like a ticket for, $250 to $500. You sell 31 grams of marijuana. 31 grams of marijuana. You could possibly go to jail, depending on the judge's, what he had for breakfast and his move, for 14 years in prison. It's basically like that. Cool. Fucked. Cool. Fucked. Cool. Fucked. I'm telling you, Ted, we're fighting in Canada. Those of us of the community, those of us of the people of the Crown, we're fighting really hard for our rights as producers and growers, and we're not going to say no. We're going to keep fighting the government. We're going to keep standing up, and that's what we're trying to do, because we're not going to let it, because we were one of the world's leaders of cannabis culture in terms of also just at least the growing and the strains and, BC Bud, baby. And it's like we were this place, and BC was this place of safety for years. It's how I was allowed to grow and learn and become a fucking grower, and now all this crazy ass shit is coming to fuck that shit super the fuck up. It's called a government that has no actual clue of what it's doing, but it's money hungry and it's doing a cash grab. I mean, can we say we're surprised? No, of course we're not. But the fact of the matter is, the funny thing is if the government actually consults someone like me, I bet you give me a week, I'll rewrite everything. I'll rewrite the exact laws and offenses that you're referencing in your Bill C-45. And, Jenna? Yes? Could you please do me a favor and bring me beer?
Like this one?
No, that's your one.
I didn't take a sip out of it yet.
Oh, can I have that one?
Yeah, you can have this one. I'm going to take the beer cozy.
Yeah, I don't want beer cozy. It makes my hand too warm. Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Potsquatch. But so simply put, it's kind of fucked. But the one hope I'm seeing forward for all of us is like we got to hold on really to the medical kind of thing. It's the only thing that will protect any Canadian from these new laws. There's been even talk about big companies and the government wanting to put genetic, I don't know if it's genetic, I don't know how it works, to be honest with you fully. I mean, but markers somehow in the pot that in terms of if they test our blood, they will see like, you're not smoking the government stash. And that's true. The UK is breaking though medically, but slow. Good. Dan, be okay with that. Because right now, the current global environment and attitudes towards things, it leads to a legislature creating bad. Bill C-45 is not legalization. It's Prohibition 2.0. There's going to be more people in jail. There's going to be more people being harmed. And it's some way that all these gray zone people, us gray zone people, trying to be there for you and fight for you guys, could be taken away forever. Or at least 14 years, and that's a long fucking time. Like instantly, you could take out all the competition. Come back in 14 years, and you've been running a fucking market for 14 years. There you go. It's good. Oh, there's new legislation now. That's great. Good luck. Try to take us out now. That is literally what's being done. The older banking institutions of our country, the government, and corporations are literally coming to rape marijuana. The thing that all the fucking older hippies that taught me back in the day about a bunch of shit, of growing this shit, said to me, you don't want legalization, all this shit, until it's done right. And what we're seeing right now in Canada is something that's being done so ass backwards and retarded in every way. Is wrong. What is being done in Canada is not legalization. Prohibition 2.0, and it's wrong. And it breaks my fucking heart. I spent over 20 years doing this shit, fighting for this shit. This fucking stupid thing supposedly called legalization. I voted for the fucking government to put this shit in place. And they're cutting us all out. They're not even doing anything. They don't give a shit. They're coming in and take what's theirs. So I say fuck them, we fight them. I mean, we do have this superior court in Canada. We can technically sue the government. A bunch of medical dispensaries in Canada now have unified and are suing the government, and I take my hats off to them, and I applaud them, and I will do anything I can to help them. Well, I did take this in an interesting way. You say, medically, blah, 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 as this foot in the door. I will say it is the perfect foot in the door for you. I cannot piss on a live stream. I was about to piss in the toilet while I was talking to all you guys. I'm just going to hold it. But the medical system, the old system that started things in Canada, has led to this bastardization and destruction of what it should have been. Will be possibly the one saving grace, like the rebellion in Star Wars. It's the one place where the true, industry people that have been doing everything. Like, I mean, motherfuckers, what do you think, Vancouver has, or did at one time at least 163 dispensaries. It's not even that big of a city, man. Maybe 600,000 people. That's right, America. You motherfuckers have more people in California than we have in our whole country. There's 163 dispensaries. And where do you think the pot in those dispensaries came from? Most of it came from medically licensed personal growers doing their passion work, doing what this industry is and what matters. And the fact of the matter is, it's kind of like a witch hunt, really, right now. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the CRA is going after people for back taxes, and then they're going to put them in jail. It's crazy. Well, right now where we are, you're on the right track, Dan. But where we went wrong as a country is that we enacted a bill, and somehow it finally made it through, of draconian laws that are a control system to take out the thing that will destroy the money. It's about the money. And all of us out there who have ever grown a plant, maybe sold a dub, yeah, it can be an income a bit, but it's like it's an honest living, like, being a brewer, making cheese. And then these large corporations come in, and they're trying to bastardize it in every way. And Trudeau's liberals, and I voted him in. I voted for him. Have come in, shook hands with him, some of the oldest banks in Canada are doing like giant deals with them. They're all working against us, and that's the bad thing. I mean, California's not perfect, but I've said it in previous videos. I mean, American states that have enacted state law of legalization of recreation, even where their taxes are absurd, and that's wrong, and they're doing that all wrong in terms of penalty and how it exists, while still be federally illegal. But I mean, is light years ahead of what's being enacted in Canada and being called supposed legalization. And it breaks my heart as a Canadian to admit that, because we used to be the liberal, smart ones about this shit. No, Canada got fucked in the ass by Trudeau and the Liberals. I hate the Conservatives even more, to be honest with you. And they're the two main fucking parties. The NDP has shit the bed a bunch of times. I wish I could have faith in them, but they suck too. I mean, so in Canada, different electoral system, but like, you know, we have more parties. Most of them fucking suck. And the only one that might actually do something well, they'll never get voted in. They like win 2 seats. Hashtag the Green Party. Let's be honest. No. Right now, our people are fighting changes, and we're not going to let it happen, okay? There are positives to the Liberal government. We're just a country going through change right now, trying to figure out that shit. And it's kind of, it's been a wild, wild west of terms of acceptance of cannabis, and now it's going the ways of that big corporate monster that all the hippies taught us, you know, younger growers. Like, I've been doing it a little bit over 20 years now, and I'm the guy that normally guys have been doing it for 40 years now call in, but who started me and taught me and helped me and learned stuff, always warned me about. And it's happening, and I'm watching it happen in real fucking time. Well, how it's worked in Canada for almost 20 years is that medical patients are able to apply for a license to personally produce, or they can appoint someone to grow for them, and that person can do it for them. So, to my knowledge, the system's been almost 20 years, or if not, maybe even 20 years now, maybe longer. But, and that's what's led to a lot of the broader horizons of the people, where things like legalization can be an actual political motif, a thing that can be shared. But now the carpet's been pulled out from everyone, and most people don't even realize it except the people in the industry, and we're just quietly sitting here going like, guys, we're your neighbors, we're your friends, and we're getting fucked. And this is not right. Please, like, fuck it. Like, fuck what anyone's been doing. Like, don't smoke what they're trying to give to you. Like, you know, it's medicine, right? And they're coming to try and really destroy stuff. Like, when I saw that these large companies are giving out big packages called Smoker's Blend number 4, and the new laws about branding and no branding, you can't even talk about the strains. Like, I can't tell you, legally speaking, in Canada about species other than generality. I can't tell you about lineage of a plant. I can't tell you what went into creating it. Marijuana is both medicine and it can be a recreational thing, but it's like a fine wine, it's a fine cheese, it's like that. These restrictions that are being put on is just retarded in every way. And that's in terms of how it can be sold, let alone the legal bullshit that's going to come fuck you in the ass. And it's just heartbreaking to me, to be honest. I know normally I'm a silly channel, and like, but you guys were talking about some stuff that is really deep to my heart, and I don't know, breaks my heart where we're at as a country, to be honest with you. And it kind of reminds me of Star Wars, even though it was a horrible movie, when Queen Amidala goes, So this is how freedom ends. With thunderous applause. And that's totally what's happening in Canada right now. As fuck. It's super duper fucked. Don't worry. None of us are going anywhere. We will always fight. We've been fighting to get where we're at. Rosin press good. Still making rosin when I tell it to. 1 second. Just turning out the light out here. Go back in the house. There we go. There we go. So, I guess we've just shown you at Pot Squatch Growers we can have a slightly deeper side. But guys, I think I'm a little tired. And I think I'm just going to go maybe watch a movie or have a beer quietly. But everybody, just know this is Pot Squatch saying, regardless of what happens, until they kill us, we ain't going nowhere. We much love you. And for those just tuning in, I'm tuning out. But watch the beginning of the video. It's been an interesting journey. I love all of you in every way. Much love, and I will speak to you soon. Pot Squatch out. Word to your mother!